Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to
Trying to
the
do something here. Hang on. Keep going.
fourth episode of Hillbillies and Camo Caps.
Just in background.
Last episode, we kind of had a train wreck, and
Little bit.
we're going to make sure that doesn't happen on this episode. That was partially my fault. I made us run through the stories a little too quick, and we didn't have really enough to talk about. But this time, we're going to sit down, relax. I'm going to lean back, figuratively and literally, because last time I was not leaned back and relaxing. So this time, we've got our first story, which is kind of a story. We've got... I could hear...
What?
Throat.
What?
We were drinking that, like I could hear...
That was the water. It's just going...
I could hear your throat, though.
God dang your microphones. How come they can pick
because when we're not talking, I cut them out, because, like... But the things about these both types of microphones is they're very directional. So wherever you're pointing...
Yeah, no kidding.
But, like, if I snap over here, it can not really hear me that well.
God
So
dang,
that's the
man.
awesome thing about
That's
these.
sensitive.
The bad thing about these. Anyway, so Axial has... You might want to put that away.
Yeah, I know.
Axial has an article about, like, their guidelines, and I think this is something that Nick and I should talk about, because I know we definitely break a couple of these, and we should start practicing. Well, I'm going to start doing some of this.
stuff is custom work, so I don't see how they expect custom work to be
Well,
their
they're
guidelines.
not really like that, but...
I don't know. Oh, is
Okay.
it like how you control them, or what?
Well, kind of. So let's see
we're
here.
kind of suicidal with that. So.
Axial has an article about their guidelines, and I just wanted to mention these and express our views and opinions about them. So make sure that you know that these are our opinions. These are, but what I'm going to read with the numbers is Axial's guidelines, which I guess is their opinion, but it's a
Rule.
pretty
Kind
much a
of,
rule,
sort
but
of,
kind of.
give or take.
All right. Driving around pets and small children are unsafe. Or is unsafe.
Sure it is.
Nick, got some thoughts on that?
You chased a chicken around the yard a couple times.
So I have done that.
You
and
did that with your Honda. It's in a video.
So we have
Poor chicken.
we have broken a lot. We broke the first rule. We might want to keep a tally here and see how many of these rules we've broken. Anyway,
Mark that one. We need a little counter on the screen here when you go in to do your editing and stuff
so
like that.
Bing, put some sort of sound effect or something there. Broke one rule already. Do not operate an RC vehicle in a street or area where cars or people are located.
Rule number 2 broken.
Bing! Broke that one. But you can see why. Because if you drive it out in the middle of the road...
There's no cars down my road, though.
In your road, no. But if I were to go back there, where that road is now, that was never there, and I just
We
drive
used
it
to
out there-
drive them back there.
We
Remember the first
didn't have
episode,
cars.
the first pre-episode. Remember I trashed that one into the bushes.
Oh,
Your little gravel pile you got back there. Remember that?
that's a road now, by the way.
Is that
concrete,
really?
That's actually a road.
That used to be like a little junk ditch thing.
Because they're building houses there.
Oh, good
so
point.
it actually has a name, and it's like something really dumb, like Rose Sunshine. I don't know what it's called. It's not Rose Sunshine. I'll show you when we leave here to go over to your house, where it might make a video or something. Anyway,
Yeah, there's plenty there.
but you can see how that makes sense, because if you drive it into a place where a car is, then you can, like a real car. You
I don't
might
know.
get
I don't know if
crushed,
you're gonna
but-
damage their car or damage yours. I believe you damage yours more than theirs.
Yeah, definitely. Do not drive into crowds. So this one...
That's the one we have not broken yet.
Yeah,
because
but
we haven't really had.
that
Well,
one-
I haven't gone to
I've
some
never
races at hobby towns where if you pit maneuver somebody, it will launch them kind of in the directions
Speaking
of people.
I edited a video. It's sitting on the computer here. Nick and I and his sister went out to the local school. Don't say it. The local school, middle school, and we drove around our cars up on their asphalt.
Baseball.
Up there.
It's like their baseball back alley.
Yeah.
thing.
So we were doing spin outs. We were just doing all this crazy
And then
stuff.
mine died about halfway through. Because the
It
battery,
did, it did.
battery was
Okay.
being weird. Yeah,
Nick's
I remember that.
Died. But we were out there with
Just
2
'cause
slashes and the what?
That was the Lossy SCT, that little yellow one.
So
The
in
one that
case,
looks like a
in case
bee,
you need a
like a wasp.
refresher, yeah, Nick and I. Well, I've got the Honcho and the Lossy Crawler in the other room. Both of them are in the other
I got
room.
everything else.
Nick has got every single thing. If you want to know what he has, you can check out episode 2 on Hillbillies and CamoCaps.wordpress.com. It seems like a big link, but once you start typing, it goes real quick.
I'll get back to the
guidelines. Wait, hold on.
Okay,
but we were out there, and Nick, well, all three of us were racing 2 slashes and the mini SCT, right?
Yeah, that managed to keep up with both of them. Well, I guess that's the
So
upgrade.
in the video, you will see the mini SCT just beat everyone. Absolutely. Mine. And then the camera stays over there because I'm controlling it, and I'm just holding on the gas on my transmitter, right?
Oh, that's when I pitted you.
And then all of a sudden, I just hear... and I see the slash I was driving, it's not my slash, it hit the curb, jumped over, and then started coming towards me, and Nick, and then I just fall over laughing, and that's where the video ends. But I don't know, Nick, what you did. You might want to talk about that.
I pit maneuvered you. My battery was so close to dead, I knew there was no way I would have beat both of you, so I managed to take one of you with me, so I just pitted you.
And then, also in the video, I don't know if it's before or after that.
I don't know. I watched it, but a long time ago.
Well, because you didn't see the edited one. I just made a new one.
Oh, did you just make a new one?
But we took... Was it the SCT that we took and tried to jump? No, it was the red slash that you had.
Yeah, the little drop of it didn't work.
It didn't work. There was like a big hill with a kind of a drop, and it did not want
Not enough
to jump.
of a drop.
So that was sad. We were kind of hoping to get some air.
We can get some plywood out. Jump that way.
Anyway, but you'll have to check out that video. That will probably be what you can click on screen or in the description. By the way, all show notes are on Hillbillies and CamoCaps.wordpress.com. Anyway, rule 3, do not drive into crowds. Did we say that? Yes, I did, right?
Yeah, but we haven't really broke that one. That one's a happy medium.
Never broke that one. All right, so good. We're 2 for 3. Anyway,
that ain't good. We need like a counter. It says rules broken, rules not broken, and just have a little
thing on there. I'll do that. I'll have to remember to do that. If you are using a LiPo battery, so we cannot break this rule already,
I don't have any.
You absolutely should run with the speed control LiPo low voltage cutoff mode. I don't know what that is, but
it's weird. Like all of our vehicles have those. It basically just shuts it down when the power gets low or something like that. I don't know. I've never used it because I don't have any LiPos to use it with.
Yes.
So.
And again, we can't break this rule. If you're using a LiPo charger, it is mandatory that you use only a LiPo compatible charger. And of course, only LiPo packs in the charger's LiPo mode. That's a lot of LiPo in that sentence. I don't know what that means. Anyway, we've definitely broken this rule, and there's video evidence again. Oh boy. Chargers must be monitored while charging. So in the
right. I'm not sitting there for an hour and a half.
Is it episode 1 or 2 that I had my charger on my computer and Nick just had it chucked on the floor, and then we're just like... I
think that's the first episode.
Is it? I don't remember. Anyway, so we broke that one. Bing, bing, bing. Do not charge a battery pack while it is installed in a vehicle. Never broken that one. As dumb as I may look, I don't think I've ever broken that one.
I have.
Okay, broken that one. Do not exceed the manufacturer recommendation of your electronics. If your speed control is rated for the 2cell series, LiPo, using a 3S pack will most likely destroy the speed control and even the motor.
I think that's why my Wraith no longer runs 4.5s or 4500s. I think that's why it only runs 5,000.
Have we broken that one?
We haven't necessarily broken that one.
Okay, so it's partially broken. It's bent. Let's go with that. It's bent.
Yeah, it's bent. Kind of. I don't know. None of mine is really messed up. It just doesn't like smaller batteries.
All right, and finally we've got number 10. Do not operate your vehicle without proper lighting at night. So hold on a second. I don't think we've broken this one because
that was proper lighting.
Wait. I think it was.
Artful.
Oh boy, I believe it was proper lighting because we stuck a giant flashlight on top of the slash. Do you want to talk about that as I figure out what card
That was a big spotlight and a what was it? And a small flashlight that we duct taped to the top of a slash with the little camera that I have no idea where it went now. So I believe it was proper lighting.
Because we could see in front of us.
Yeah, we were able to see.
And then on our my honcho.
Well, your honcho's got lights, and so does mine. Or the Wraith I got has lights. The Ford actually has lights too. I don't know. I don't know if that one's probably bent too because we haven't. They are not specific about it. Is it proper lighting where you can see the whole vehicle, or you can only see where it's going? They weren't really specific on that. I mean, I don't know. I classify that one as bent. Especially because the lights were not really safe. They're just kind of on there. I think that was painter's tape, wasn't it? Automotive painter's tape we put on there?
It was some sort of
Wasn't it yellow
painter's tape.
Yeah, that was automotive painter's tape.
And then we tried white painter's tape, but then we rolled into the grass. Is that video online? Yes, it is.
Yeah, that one is.
Okay, so that one's online. So bent, I think that's 2 bent and maybe, I forgot, 4 or 5 broken.
I don't know. You'll have to look back.
We're dead. Okay, we're doing better on time this time. We didn't blow over that first one in half a second, but it was a big story. Anyway,
Well,
a company named Pictorvision launched their Eclipse Gyro Stabilized Multicam Array.
what in the heck? You sound like the guy that advertises for movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I have to burp, but I will hold it. It is intended for panoramic video effect shots from a helicopter.
I don't have a chopper. Well, I do. It's just like a cheap knockoff, and it can't even lift
But
an
hold on,
ounce,
this is
so-
this is a real helicopter, not model.
Dang it! Chopping 9s in the air.
Yep, pretty much. The rig contains 6 off-the-shelf.
Breaking everything here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hang on.
Nick is fixing that, but whatever. The rig contains 6 off-the-shelf 5K, which is 5,000 vertical pixels of video, red epics. They are arranged 3 across in 2 rows high, so total of 6 of them.
I have
obviously.
no idea camera stuff.
And
You're the
there is
cameraman.
a 7th red epic in the cockpit. When all the images are stitched together, the result is a seamless 12K, about 46 megapixels. For perspective, I believe this camera here is 16 megapixels.
Mm-hmm.
So 46 is more than double.
Should I hit the thing?
To stop the recording,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Redo it.
But
'cause
the
it's been a while.
image is then the image has 140 degrees horizontal and 60 degrees vertical view. With 6 red epic bodies and 6 Canon 24 millimeter f1.4L lenses, the cameras alone cost over $130,000.
Bird on the shingle.
Not to mention the cost of running a helicopter.
Yeah, good luck. You want the flight for life? 10 grand just to start it up.
So I thought that was interesting because why? Well, this is a question to these people. Why do we need something like this massive of video for video effects? I don't understand.
It's for video effects?
It says panoramic video effect shots from a helicopter. So I don't know.
That's
what that
all
means.
it is for like movies and stuff, or is it
I guess.
actually? Holy crap!
So you know, well, movies with big budgets. I mean, they could afford that. Don't bend that box.
I'm trying not to.
Okay, a video online showed a drone flying near the Staples Center during the LA Kings Stanley Cup celebration. Just making sure that camera isn't breaking. The
That one
drone
likes to break.
So the drone flown was one of those DJI Phantom copters. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They're white.
Nope,
And,
never seen them.
They're really popular right now, like since they're consumer drones, which
Let's
is
pull out 20 grand and get one.
$600.
That's it.
Yeah, that's why so many people have them, and that's why this is a problem. The video starts off fairly rough with LA Kings fans throwing trash and like their merchandise that they bought at the show at the drone, trying to knock it out of the sky. 40 seconds in, the drone is hit by a shirt and goes down kind of hard. So hold on, this breaks one of Axial's guidelines: flying over a crowd, which is something that you should
It's a
never
camera
do.
though.
But never ever should you fly over a crowd. It's dumb, really, to do.
Well, then you got these
when
people
the
that go and want to
copter-
throw stuff at it. If it comes down and murders somebody, that's their own fault.
Well, they shouldn't be throwing stuff at it. Because
Yeah,
what do they
alone.
think it's going to do if you throw something at it?
Here comes mommy.
Well, what else is it going to do, really? So that, and
Get
then
2-year-old.
if it falls, the blades are still spinning as it falls, by the way.
Oh yeah, even if it's gas, the gas ones do not want to stop with anything. You can crash them, and the blades will sit there and keep whipping the ground.
And
So
this
you're
is-
pretty much toast.
And this one's electric, not gas, but the blades are, I believe, hard plastic from, like, what I've known. So
If it's
people
big enough,
probably-
it's still gonna keep spinning.
People have probably had sliced fingers from this thing falling on them, and we didn't see the outcome. We only saw the junk. But one commenter stated, "quote: My biggest rule is not to fly over crowds. I'm controlling a flying lawnmower. No way would I risk someone else because I want to get a cool shot. Sorry."
Sorry.
Canadian here. End quote. I'm
Yeah.
not Canadian, by the way. Also, let me remind you that the blades continue. Okay, I said that to you. So this video ticked me off for a few reasons. I think I already said this. Why didn't the pilot fly away? Just move out of the way of these drunk people throwing stuff at you. We already talked about this. Other than being drunk, why did the fans want to knock down the drone?
Heck if I know, people do stupid things.
Other sources, I don't know why I said other sources. Some sources say it was a LA Police Department drone.
Oh, yeah. That's why they want to take it down. Yeah, let's take out something that belongs to the police when they're already abusive of power.
Hold on. That's true. Please, all the police out there that watch the show, we love you. Sure. Nick, hold on. Say that again? No. Anyway,
no, I didn't say nothing.
From what I thought...
Nike, what did you say?
I thought that drones were illegal, but again, I don't know
carry some
about
type
drones.
Of bomb.
But...
Strap a bottle
There's another story, I think in a couple episodes, we're going to do a drone exclusive story, because there's so many drones.
God dang. Them drones.
But anyway...
the Terminator's going to show up now.
Yeah, pretty much. But at all national parks, these are banned.
What are they? The drone
drones.
things? Really?
Yeah, because...
For what?
Well, there was some...
Terrorizing the wildlife? Good God.
Pretty much, because these blades are just knocking down everything and taking no names, you know? Anyway.
God dang.
I thought they were banned, but I may be wrong. And, by the way...
I would imagine they're banned. I mean, I seen a guy gun down an elk in an elk breeding zone when it just passed the fence and people were taking pictures. He gunned it down. It was funny.
Anyway, the mayor or governor of something of L.A., this guy isn't very smart either. Because there was... About this exact game, the Stanley Cup playoff or whatever it was. And
is that
he's
hockey?
there. Yes.
Okay.
And he's there cussing at the press conference. Your governor or mayor, whatever he is, I think he's a mayor, is... Oh, my.
Good job, mayor.
This guy. Anyway, sources say the LAPD does own 2 drones, but DJI drones probably wouldn't be practical for this because they're just like consumer-grade drones.
How big are they? They're pretty relatively small? Or?
I've never really seen... Well, I've seen videos. I've seen a ton of videos of people that buy these and fly them around. Like, there's a thing going on that's a rock band tour.
Are they about as big as that box? Like, the full length from cockpit to tail.
They're not that big at all.
Really?
They're like this...
They're pretty tiny. Why are people trying to knock that down?
Like this big, maybe. Now, I've never touched one. I've never flown one.
Hey, we don't have $600 sitting around to get one.
I don't have $600 period.
I know. I don't either.
I have to scrounge up money to find cameras and anything that I want.
I gotta dig through a penny bank to get a Big Mac. You kidding me?
You heard it here first.
Piggy bank of Big Macs.
If you'd like to donate some money to Nick, his bank account number is 741-8893. He goes to a First National Bank here in Fort Collins, Colorado. All right, you can send some money our way. We would appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Some random guy's bank account. What was that?
Don't worry about it. Anyway,
random stuff keeps flying around.
A post on Imgur again. So many posts on Imgur showed a 2.2 LiPo battery. I don't know what 2.2 means. LiPo battery hooked up to a DeWalt power drill.
Hey, it'd power it.
The post was, "This works surprisingly well." That's it. You'll have to check this one out. Link in the show notes at hillbillies.camocaps.wordpress.com or in the comments. I think it was just really funny because
did it go psycho or did it actually work?
It just said, "This works surprisingly well."
Oh.
That's all it said.
That's all it said.
Yep. Who knows about if anyone died.
It's like a sauna over here with that light.
It might be the fan.
No, I can feel the heat coming off.
Oh, well, obviously.
Oh, well.
They're halogen lights.
That's what happens. Yeah, it's like my headlights.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that in the winter, people on film, like low-budget film sets, like... Mm-hmm. People like me, they huddle around these to keep warm in winter when they're doing outside.
Yeah, I know my
shoots.
Headlights get warm if I drive a truck around for a while. You can feel the headlights getting warm.
I think a lot do, but yours do a lot more because they're halogen, just like these.
Yeah, mine are halogen. Anyway, they don't get hot on high beam though. I noticed that if I have them on low, they don't get hot for some reason.
Yeah, well that makes sense. It makes sense to me, which is also good because it can melt. If snow somehow gets onto your headlights and for some reason like it really sticks on there and ice is over.
Well, they're glass. They're old glass headlights.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, they definitely. Yeah,
Did
Awesome.
ice
Anyway.
over, that makes sense, I guess. I don't know.
I'm going to reset this camera, so...
I already reset that
okay.
one, so...
And here we go. Anyway, Axial released a blog post about driving the Exoterra buggy, which we talked about, well, I briefly mentioned in the last episode. But these tips could be applied to the Slash or anything that goes pretty darn
More
fast.
rules?
These are tips.
Oh, tips.
So listen up. Here we go.
Alright.
Look ahead. It is natural to look directly at the vehicle we are driving. That should say you are... I don't know what that should say. But the faster the vehicle, the more you need to look ahead. No, How far
We kind of
ahead?
just stare at them and they do whatever they want.
How far ahead depends upon how good your peripheral vision is. The great news is that inputs, the thing you see in your peripheral vision... By the way, this is directly from the blog, so I haven't read this ahead of time. The stuff in your peripheral vision travels to your brain 25% faster than what you see directly. So, like, what I see over here is going to my brain 25% faster than looking at you. I don't know what that means, but
I have no idea.
it just helps you see for some reason, and then you don't wreck into stuff, obviously.
That's why I keep seeing this bird that keeps landing on the shingles over there.
You don't like that bird.
I don't like
You might
him.
throw our gear of the week at him or something.
Well, I can throw the gear of the week at him.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, switching directions. And this is
Sucker.
This is another quote. One of the hardest skills to learn when driving a fast vehicle is mastering how to drive it when it is coming towards you.
We've already figured that out. We just duck and kind of flip out whenever it tries to take out our shins.
This is difficult for many people because the vehicle responds to the steering input backwards when it's coming toward you. So when the vehicle is coming toward you and you turn right, your vehicle will go left.
Makes sense. I mean,
yep.
Well, we kind of figured this out already because we already do that, and we managed to get by all right. So I don't know.
Well, I've never really thought about it that way, but it just
We
seems
don't put
natural
much
to me.
think into it. We just
But-
kind of like, oh, that's the wrong way to turn it.
The key to solving the problem is to visualize yourself inside the vehicle.
Okay, that's
which-
too much thinking.
That's too much thinking. As if you were in the driver's seat, blah, blah, blah. Thoughts on that one?
If I had enough money to actually build one of them vehicles that we're racing out there from scratch, heck yeah, I'd want to be in the driver's seat of it.
All right. Here we got number 3. Before you turn, if you want to drive in control, the key is slowing down. What?
Yeah,
I just remembered the video of when we take the Slash out with the headlight, with the camera on the front.
What, we're just nails where it slid?
Yeah, because before you turn, you want to slow down. I did not slow down before that.
Yeah, we didn't really
Anyway.
slow on that. We kind of...
What you need to do is slow down before
Whoops.
turns. Most drivers don't slow down until they reach a turn. There was a typo, my bad. Slowing down before helps maintain control and allows for higher average speeds to be maintained. Slowing down helps higher speeds to be maintained. What?
In other words, don't hit the brake, just let off the
Okay.
throttle, and then when you're halfway through the turn, it's like normal driving.
Yeah. Jumping. The key... The difference is... Okay. The difference between like the Exoterra and a lot of other little buggies is that the Terra responds to throttle and brake inputs while airborne, which...
All vehicles do
Okay.
that. If you keep on the
Well, their
throttle...
post is wrong.
If you keep on the throttle in air, well, they all react differently, of course.
Well, go ahead and say it because that's what it just goes on to say here.
Yeah, if you jump a vehicle and you keep on the throttle, either if it's a real vehicle or if it's one of them, it's going to want to tip forward for some reason.
Nose goes up.
Goes up? No, it goes down.
It says tapping the brakes drops the nose. But I've
never noticed
jumped.
that, no.
I've never jumped, so we might have to test that one out at some point.
Later on.
Yep. So
In the next episode, we will test that for
here,
theory.
staying in the throttle helps keep the buggy level or even nose up. I am leaking. That is, I'm not peeing. My cup is now leaking because I squished it down. Good thing it's in the koozie.
Well, it's got a big hole in the bottom. It doesn't even fit, but I think I managed to.
So if you have enough control and like you understand that stuff,
I don't know. I don't
You
jump
can-
too often, so
you can do forward flips off jumps or back flips or
none of mine have enough
Whatever
speed
you
to do a
want.
backflip. Maybe the gas
Yeah.
one, but it's still busted.
and that is it this week. So much better than the last episode.
Yeah.
Stories this week are from axialracing.com, btlnews.com, not bltnews.com.
I want BLT on the double.
Sure, businessinsider.com, and we did not play the game this week, but last week's game was from Sporkle.com.
Not the best game in the world.
So now we're doing Gear of the Week, which is Knife of the Week, and Nick is going to talk about this sucker here.
All right, this is my sucker. You got the same sucker.
Yo, this is my sucker. Hold on.
This is my sucker. You got the same sucker. I just did some modifications to it. I put a camo gun wrap over the sleeve to kind of pretty it up a little bit. It's got a fire starter. Close that a little bit. It does have a knife sharpener on the back of the sleeve. It's just mine got worn down enough that I went down and I purchased myself a Smith's sharpening stone that I use on all my blades that are now razor sharp. Which, it ain't hard to sharpen a blade once you figure it out. Then, after I get that back in this thing, we'll get back to the real important part here. The knife itself, it is a Gerber like last week's, but this is the Bear Grylls Survival Edition. Has a hammer on one side, the striker for the flint, the sawtooth or whatever the heck you want to call that.
So have you used that one? Because I've never used mine. I just
use
have
this
mine
one
for
constantly.
show.
It even has damage on it for where I have used it. The tip is chipped a little bit, and it does have a whistle, but I got annoyed by it, so I tore it off. So the handle does have wear on it. I did have camo over that, but it just didn't feel right, so I took it off. So that's, as it is full steel, it does go all the way down to the hammer.
It does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's really good to know. This knife is definitely the most quality knife that I've ever had. Even though I just said I've never gotten much use of it, but just feeling it in the hand, it's so balanced. Unlike last week's Gerber knife that kind of feels a little plasticky,
right here,
which is over there, because we totally do not record these episodes back to back and pretend like we don't. I mean, like, who would do that?
This would destroy that.
That could destroy that if you hit it, like, even with
right here,
like, nothing.
Yeah, but it is full solid. The striker still works. Everything still works on it. It's just a little beat up from years of use. How long do you think we've had these and they're still going strong? Because I got mine after you.
I don't know. Because I got mine for free from a guy that I knew here, but now he lives in the middle of Idaho in a bunker. He's crazy. But it's
been a few years.
More than 2, definitely.
Oh yeah,
but
it's been 2 years. Because I've had a knife, the one I got up in Montana. I've had more than 2 years, and I've had this one longer than that.
Maybe 3 or 4.
3 or 4, somewhere around in there, I'd say. And they're still going strong. Mm-hmm. Still sharp as ever. That's what the stone is for. Mm-hmm. And hammer, I did take the whistle off because it was highly annoying.
Does it just get in the way?
It does. When you go to split anything, or you want to do any kind of that action, or use a striker, it just whips around too much. It is a survival knife, and I should probably hook it somewhere else.
Also, let's talk about what's on the back. They might be wondering what that sticker is. Not your bag, but what's that?
Them are survival signals, actually. The airplane rescue signals. And it pretty much goes through, it tells you the different signal speeds, how to repeat them, the motions of yes, no, medical help, or if they have a radio. And then there's ground to air distress signals, and then it's basically telling them if they need help or anything like that. They're all just survival signals that you could use in some instance.
Alright, so that's our Gear of the Week. We'll keep bringing you Gear of the Week every single time that we film an episode.
Dang it, I need to start watching that.
Alright. Well, that one wasn't as bad as last week. Last week I had to censor 2 things.
Yeah, but one of them wasn't necessarily bad.
One of them wasn't. It could have been offensive.
It could have been
offensive to some people.
Yeah.
I just made sure that there was no
you could still tell in the video what I say. You can still, because I looked over it.
But that's why I kind of just barely censored it.
Yeah, it could be offensive. It could not be. We don't know.
Yep, that's why. Just to be safe. Yeah. Alright, so last week I forgot to sign off. I'm Mix.
Dang it! What's wrong with you?
Nick.
Oh, I'm Mix.
And you can click on the screen or in the description anytime to view the latest. I keep forgetting what we used to call it, Hillbilly RC. Which, by the way, the first episode that we ever made, which was 2
hasn't
years
really
ago,
been done yet.
It's corrupt. I believe all the files are corrupt. I've tried so many editing softwares.
I need to get mine fixed then, because we gotta make another one.
Because it was really cheesy, so we'll just have to make a new one. Oh, you should talk about that, how that happened.
What? Oh, the
I'm gonna sit back here.
Tiny barbecuer. What?
Wait, how do we come up with the party cure?
It was a few years ago.
Yep.
It was the 4th of July, I do remember this. Where it was it was just after everybody ate and everything. I should probably redo this. Hang on. Story pause.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Alright, it's going again. Alright. Wait for him there. Okay. It's going again?
Yep.
Okay, so how many years ago was it? And I'm just now starting to do this? 2?
I think maybe 2.
It's about 2 years ago. Well, he's over the house like he is most 4th of Julys, but I don't mind, you know. And we're there, we're hanging out. And for some reason, we came up with this idea to take a beer can.
I think it was a Pepsi can. Just saying. I'm pretty sure it was a Pepsi can. There are pictures on some phone somewhere.
I remember it being a Coors.
It was blue, and it could have been Coors.
Well, I think the heat turned it blue. I don't know. It was some kind of can. But we cut like a lid in it, filled it with a bunch of sticks, and then lit it on fire.
Was there like a grill on it? I can't remember.
No, there wasn't a grill. We just had a fire inside of a can. And we sat there staring at it long enough that we were like, hey, we need to build a tiny barbecuer. So recently, about, what was it? A few weeks ago, I started work on what we named it the party cure. It would not be much of a party. It's literally, you'll see it in a later video. It's not very big. But I started doing work on it. I kept doing work on it up until you showed up today.
Doing work, yep.
Yeah, but this actually happened yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I was cutting a flat sheet of metal because you know how some grills have, the standard grill top, cards full.
Oh, crud.
The standard grill top where it's like a mesh.
Uh-huh.
And then it's got, some of them have just a flat, like a griddle.
Yeah.
Well, I was doing work. I want to build 2, but I want to make it interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
I made where you can have it both sides be griddle, or you could take one out and have one mesh top, or you could take them both out and have both mesh top.
Yeah.
You can interchange. But I was cutting these griddle tops, and I had this metal. I cut it on a bandsaw. The heck was going on over there?
Nothing.
And it wasn't cutting for some reason. Either the blade's bad or something. It just wasn't cutting. It cut about halfway through and then stopped. So I took it, I put it in the vise, tightened it down, hit it with a hammer a few times to try to bend it to break it. I get about halfway bent to the point where now it'll bend pretty freely.
Mm-hmm.
But then it got snagged up, and I was like, oh, come on. So I grabbed it with both hands, and I start pushing on it, and it just lets go. I managed to cut both of my hands both of my wrists in the exact same spots.
I don't believe him. I think that he has gone a little bit emo and sliced himself.
Well, how am I supposed to get it that
I apologize to all the emos out there. I realize
Lord,
it's a sensitive subject. Just kidding. I don't apologize to anyone. I shouldn't have said that.
No, but it cut on both ends.
Did you like it? Were you bleeding for a while, or was it not too bad? It was just a scrape. Like you weren't bleeding at all.
It just.
Because I thought it looked like it was on your vein there. Is it not?
No.
Oh.
It cut enough where I noticed it at first, but I didn't think nothing of it because it didn't bleed or anything.
Yeah.
Then, of course, an hour later, there it goes. But oh well. What do you do?
All right. So that's it here.
More updates on the party cure?
We'll have updates of everything. I'm thinking that this show will go until like September, and then that's when school gets in full session.
And that's going to be kind of hard.
And then it'll be really tough to get together. We might try to get together at least once a month, maybe make a couple episodes on a weekend.
Well,
and then go from there.
It'll be kind of hard for me starting the 14th of August.
Yeah, I have band camp.
You got band camp, and I got college crap to deal with. So
yeah. So our schedule, we're going to bring this to you every other week until September. hopefully. And
Hopefully.
if
And then we'll
we
try
can't-
to every chance we can.
And then every chance that we can in the school year, we will try to bring you content. I apologize, though, if you're looking for an RC podcast throughout all year, we might have trouble bringing that to you.
A little bit. But you can still
there.
catch up through... Don't we have an email set up for this thing or not?
We do have a group email set up on the front page of youtube.com/NickzAndMikz, and it says monthly newsletter. Go ahead, click that. I believe you just put in your email, and I send out an email at the end of every month telling you what videos came out that month.
And you got any questions, concerns, or comments?
Yep, you can just...
Comments in the video?
Yep.
Questions or concerns? Throw them on the email.
We've got them all on the... You can do anything on our website, too, which is a place that all the videos go. Full show notes on the YouTube video in the description. I don't know
Why
what
does
you're
everything keep taking off?
in the YouTube video description, I just throw the links there so you guys can check them out. If you want to read the whole story, visit the website. And I've said it enough. You guys should know it's hillbilliesandcamocaps.wordpress.com.
Yeah, and it'll be... Well, even if you have something you want to see on the show.
Yep.
Leave it there. We'll get to it.
And
We have nothing better to do.
yeah, any feedback is greatly appreciated. Leave it anywhere that you can. And we'll see you guys next time. I'm Mix.
And I'm Nickz.
And
again,
I think we may have said it
we've
twice. I
already
don't
said
know.
this the second
Because I'm not
time.
paying attention. I'm too busy.
Dang it.
And we will see you
Maybe later.
next time.
Yeah.